the Ride1Up Cafe Cruiser. Hello everyone, welcome to Brian Unboxed. In this video, we're going to look at the Ride1Up Cafe Cruiser electric bike. Here's a look at how the bike comes in when it's delivered. It's packaged well with a lot of foam and plastic protecting it. Assembly is required and the user guide walks you through the process, along with the video from the company, which I have included in the description box below. Inside it comes with a charger, user guide, tools, pedals, and a hat. Just to highlight the assembly process, basically you have to install the handlebars, install the front wheel, fender, and front light, attach the pedals, attach the seat, and adjust the display and throttle angles if needed. Going over some specs, this comes in 3 colors, carbon, indigo, and latte, as well as 2 frame types, a high step and a step through. It has a lightweight alloy frame, 750 watt Bafang rear motor with 60 Newton meters of torque, 48 volt 15 amp hour battery with Samsung cells, 30 to 50 mile range, 28 mile per hour top speed with pedal assist, 20 mile per hour with throttle only, 26 by 3 inch tires, 5 pedal assist levels and a thumb throttle, Shimano 8-speed, LCD display, hydraulic disc brakes, front and rear lights and fenders. It weighs in at 65 pounds with a max load of 350 pounds, and the ideal rider height is 5'5" to 6'4". A walkthrough around the bike, you'll see that the front has a front light, front fender, 26 by 3 inch tires, hydraulic disc brakes, and front suspensions. Towards the middle and the back, you have the battery keyhole, the battery, kickstand, hydraulic disc brakes, rear rack, rear light, and rear fender. On the other side, you have the 750 watt Bafang rear motor, 8-speed cassette, and rear derailleur. You also have the charging port. The handlebar area, you have the brake levers, thumb throttle, controls, LCD display, and gear shifter. So powering up the display, you can see here it's a decent size, a little bit on the smaller end. Pressing the power button again, we'll cycle through the odometer, the trip, time, max speed, average speed, and then just your base display. Pressing the plus button, you have the pedal assist levels 1 through 5, and then pressing the minus will decrease it. Holding down the plus button will turn on the LCD display, the back light, and then also the front light and then the rear light. Holding down the minus button for a few seconds will activate the walk assist feature. Now I'll show some footage of the bike in use. I'll test it out on rough terrain, show the different pedal assist levels, throttle, test the brakes, see how it does uphill, downhill, and then give my thoughts. Now I'm going to do the rough terrain test. I'm going to take it down this trail. It's pretty bumpy and then there's some gravel on the side. The bike does have front suspension forks with also the lockout feature, which I currently have it off, so the suspensions will go to work. So let's see how it handles. Okay, here we go, rough terrain test. All right, handling the bumps pretty well here. I can feel the suspensions go to work. And the seat is pretty soft too, so provides that extra cushion. Now I'm going to do the speed test. I'm going to start off with the pedal assist. This has 5 levels. I'm going to go through each level and see how fast it goes. And then once we do that, we'll just do the thumb throttle. All right, I'm gonna start off with pedal assist 1. Here we go. All right, we're at about 7 right now. 8. Moving to pedal assist 2. About 11. 12. Pedal assist 3. About 18. Pedal assist 4. We're at 20. 22. Moving to pedal assist 5. Hit about 26 on pedal assist 5. So with the pedal assist, we hit 26 miles per hour on pedal assist 5. Now I'm just going to use the thumb throttle. Let's see how fast it can go. Here we go. Nice smooth acceleration there. And we're up to 20 miles per hour. 22. So we hit about 22, now it's holding about 20 miles per hour. So it looks like about 20 miles per hour. Now I'll test out the brakes. I'll take it to max speed, and once I come into view, I'll hit the brakes and you can use the parking lines as reference. Now I'm going to do the uphill test. We saw that with the speed test, we hit about 20 to 22 miles per hour with the thumb throttle. And that's what I'm just going to use. I'm going to use the thumb throttle. And let's see if it could maintain that speed or if we lose speed as we go up the hill. All right, here we go. Uphill test. All right, the motor is nice and quiet as we accelerate up the hill here. So it looks like we're going to begin the climb at roughly 21 miles per hour. Losing a little bit of speed. Down to about 18, but holding steady here. All right, let's see how it does in this turn here. A little bit of a downhill. So with the uphill test, we began the climb at about 21.5 miles per hour. As we made it up the hill, we lost a little bit of speed down to 18, but it held pretty well and was able to power through. Now I'm going to do the downhill test. Let's see how it handles. And as usual, more than likely, I'll have to slow it down as we approach that midpoint there. All right, here we go, downhill test. All right, we're at 19 miles per hour, 23. No rattles, no vibrations. The steering feels really stable here. Here are my thoughts on the bike. The assembly process was straightforward and the user manual walks you through the process along with the video. I didn't run into any issues. The paint for the latte color is a gloss finish. The others come in a matte finish. There were no imperfections during the shipping process as it was packaged well. I like that it comes with the lights, rack, and fenders. The bike feels solid and well put together. The frame is on the larger side. Cables are well organized and ran through the frame. The cable wraps on the front are nice and clean. The saddle is extremely comfortable. It's nice and wide as well. No issues during long rides. The handlebars are a cruiser type and you don't find yourself hunching over. Good length, and there were no rattles, vibrations, and it felt stable. It handled the rough surfaces fairly well. The front suspensions went to work and absorbed the bumps, and the wide seat helps. The 750 watt motor was more than adequate for the bike. It was able to handle the inclines with minimal speed loss and maintained about 18 miles per hour during my testing. With pedal assist, I reached 26 miles per hour, and with throttle only, I reached 20 miles per hour. This has an advertised max speed of 26 miles per hour on pedal assist and 20 miles per hour with throttle, and a range of up to 50 miles. This will depend on the throttle usage, pedal assist level, weight, and the environment that you're in. The hydraulic brakes had good stopping power and they grip down quick. The display is simple, in line with previous Ride1Up models, easy to read, and it doesn't get washed out on sunny days. Overall, I feel this is a solid cruiser type e-bike. Very comfortable to ride and feels stable. The current price is competitive right now and I feel there's good value. So that is my review of the Ride1Up Cafe Cruiser electric bike. If you like my video, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button as well. Until next time, this is Brian Unboxed. Take care everyone.